Welcome everybody. Welcome to this awesome Friday. I'm glad everybody's here. It's a lot of things kind of been happening in the USA. Bob. Guys, I apologize. I had something up, and then I was going to show Bob because Bob doesn't know about this. So I apologize for a little pause. That's unprofessional, and I don't like to be unprofessional. You know me. I like to be professional. So let me start over. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another Gypsy Road show. We're going to be talking about Bigfoot today, loss of space, threatening North American Sasquatch, and then we're gonna go from there. And look like for some reason D Live is not coming up. So I apologize for anybody from D Live wanting to watch this. I don't know what's going on. But
yeah, I made it.
No, so what's going on, Bob, is you haven't heard this. In 4 decades, the government has finally created another national holiday for the U.S.
Awesome. What is it? Who is it? Who died? Who's fucking awesome now? Or who whined about not having a fucking holiday?
Well, it's actually, first of all, my opinion, we need more holidays. We need more time off. Because one thing about America is everybody is like way overworked. And the problem is when you're overworked and stuff, and a lot of reasons there's divorces, a lot of reason for all this stuff, because people are more at work than they are at home with their wives or husbands and kids. That's what a lot of issues are. But the new holiday is Juneteenth, a national holiday. Okay, Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States. On June 15, 2021, the Senate unanimously passed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, establishing Juneteenth as a federal holiday. It's passed through the House of Representatives. It's the day that basically slavery got demolished in America, like fully demolished. So in a lot of ways, it's a celebration in a way of saying that America is finally like waking up and saying, hey, the main reason we all went over to America is so we all have freedom. I mean, because we were all our ancestors all got their ass kicked from every country out there. So you came to America to get away from that and have a good future. And things happen. We're not going to go into it. We're not going to talk about the bad stuff. But it's just it's another holiday to recognize that, kind of like Independence Day, that we are truly now independents. That it doesn't matter what race, color, what countries you're from. You're all welcome. Bob. My thing is I always say that I'm tired of everything has to have a borderline as it is. I'm tired that we can't visit Canada unless now you have a passport or this. You can't go to Mexico without this. Bob. You go to UK. You can only stay
travel everywhere. I don't have a problem.
You travel, but you can't stay for a certain amount of time. You have to come back because it's like to become one, we need to be one. I mean, it's just,
we want a one world government.
And the only country that I've been to, I've been to Canada, Mexico. I don't really call them countries because I feel like they're our sister and brothers. I mean, they're right there. Yeah, but I went to Denmark, and Denmark is considered one of the happiest places on earth. And Denmark, they pay 40% to 50% of their taxes in their checks. And you're like, well, they pay that much taxes. How are they the happiest people on this planet? It's because they actually get time off. They get like almost 3 months to more a year off. I mean, most companies, if you get a brand new job, you might get 1 week of vacation. Now think about that. The whole year, you get like 1 week of vacation, and this is the funniest thing about like sick time, right? You get most companies will give you like 5 days of sick time, but if you call in sick like on your third time, but with the point system, by the time you get 5, you could be fired. And it's always weird, like, well, how can you fire me on my 5th day sick time when you actually gave me 5 days of sick time? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's we're so overworked, I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm no doctor, no scientist. I don't, I don't get to have the funds to study everybody in the world. But I feel if everybody's more rested, they get their batteries more recharged.
Yeah,
we're going to be happier.
Well, I mean, we did have the coronavirus, and everyone's been unemployed for like 2 fucking years. So everyone's been sitting on their houses doing work at home. So, I mean, kind of, I get what you're saying, but you got to think about.
I know you're right there, but that's going to end. That's
I know people have to get out of their house and go back to work. Yeah, they're like, I don't want to do that. All the teachers, they have these problems with teachers that don't want to go back to the classroom. They want to keep it online. You know what? I was laughing about today. No joke. I'm not pissing on parties, but the medical fucking staff, lazy asses like a motherfucker. I was trying to get a CPAP machine fixed here in England, and I got a card. So I got.
I'm about to read this. How are you going to get fired on your day off? I love that.
But I went down to talk to some medical staff, and they won't deal with me. And it's funny because the medical staff are so fucking lazy now because they had the corona thing, and nobody was in there. I don't know. Maybe not. From what I talked to, it was pretty locked down just for keep the essentials going through, the emergencies going through. So it's pretty slow, however, alive, but slow. Now they don't want to work. And so it's like, you go talk to these people, I'm like, is everybody got the lazy bug from the virus? Everybody, I'm not putting people.
No, I'm just saying. No, I can see that. But, in a lot of ways, it's just like, the rich, like the Donald Trumps in the world, they abuse people. They abuse workers. Amazon abuse the small workers up to the point where people are doing this because the regular work world, that the blue collar work world, you get abused. I mean, it's like you're taking advantage of this, and you're right. People are taking advantage of this. But it's like they took advantage of you for not hundreds, because we don't live usually past 100. But for like myself, I'm 48. For the last 20, 30 years, they took advantage of you. You do everything. You work your ass off. You do everything correctly. Everybody is happy. And then next minute, the company gets sold for more money, and they figure out we need to cut. There's too many people working for us, and you lose your job. Yeah. After you did everything. So it's like when they say people don't want to go back to work. Well, it's because you created the environment where we got abused so much. Why would you want to go back to that same world?
That's exactly it, though. That's 100. They don't want to go back to it. They don't want that abuse again. And I always have a pet peeve a little bit because I got out of the Navy. I had multiple disabilities. I mean, I have sight impairment. I've got every fucking problem in the book. And I still got up in the morning, raised children, and went to fucking college. Busted my ass in college and went to work and went to college and went to college. So when I went to work, it was the job that I wanted to go to when I busted my ass in college and studied my ass off, even though it was fucking hard as shit with disabilities, working in a museum. So I used to get up. Remember, I loved the museum. I loved the museum of flight. I loved going to work. I love all the stuff. I learning every day. So I always tell people, well, number one, what did you do? Did you go to college? Well, no. Okay. What did you want to do for a living? Well, I want to do this and this. Okay. You could go to college for that, and then you can do that professionally and get paid for it. I want to be a fisherman. Cool. You want to be a marine biologist. So you want to go to school for marine biology. You get yourself attached to a NOAA ship. You go out on all these cool trips. You go all these field schools. You learn how to do biology. I want to be a forest guy. Well, then you want to be a forest ranger. So you want to go to, there's ways of doing it. But, all right, that's too hard for me. Why? Because you got to get up and study and go to school? Okay. Anyway, so I give people sympathy to a point. I busted my ass to get where I wanted to go.
Yeah. I know we all have. I mean, like you said, I took a job for a cable company out there in Port Orchard.
Yeah.
Okay. And during that, I actually went to college online, got my degree in IT networking.
Yeah.
And then And then the company bought a new company out in the Seattle area.
Yeah.
And they bought a rundown company that shit on everybody. They asked me if I'm willing to go down there and take over. So I had to move from Port Orchard back into Seattle, right? I moved.
Yeah.
We changed the whole company around.
I remember that.
We got rid of the what I call desperate hires, when you're just hiring anybody off the street that shouldn't even be there. We hired everybody, got it going, the numbers improved. And then about a year or 2 years later, they sold to a new investor group, and the investor group says, we got too many managers. I'm gone. I moved for the company from one house to another house. Yeah. And then you realize you're just a number, because during one of the conferences the companies did, I actually ate food with the owner of the company. You know, we all been great, but a year later they get rid of you like you're
garbage. Yeah,
that's garbage, and it's just like
the part.
You know what I mean? It's just like and then right, okay, I got laid off. So I get another job. I was a supervisor manager of a warehouse for medical supplies.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's great. Worked 5 years, awesome. Company sold to they sold to 3M, right? Yeah. Now the company sold to 3M, and then 3M says, well, we already got this other shop in Seattle. We don't need 2 people, so I'm gone. You know, it's like you do. They say if you bust your ass, you do everything correctly, you're gonna be all right. But then at the end of the day, you're not.
Well, you got a manager's curse. Now remember, you're a manager. Managers are the first to get fucking moved out. That's the problem. Like I always tell people, you know, I've lost all these jobs. Well, okay, what did you do wrong? Well, nothing. I was the top shop fucking manager. Whoa, number one, you're a manager. Well, yeah. Well, you're a man. That means you're the first to get fucking topped off. You're making way more money than the slaves. The slaves, they'll keep on because they've got experience. Managers, they can fucking dime a dozen. They'll get rid of them, reshuffle them all the time with the managers. I always feel bad for managers. It's like you want to be a manager, which is badass, and it's like the top of the camp, but you're the first to go.
Oh, you're the first to go. I'll tell you, you want to do better. Go to school, get this. But technically, no offense, you know, managers, supervisors get paid more than the regular workers. To save money, you get rid of the managers. And what a lot of companies do is they'll get rid of a supervisor and they'll take a regular worker. We're going to give you the same duties, but we're going to call you a lead. You're not a supervisor, you're a lead, so you get paid less. I mean, it's
they move you to lead. They get rid of the manager's position.
So, are people taking advantage of what's going on now? Yes. Now there is, but not all. Not all. A lot of, you know, like for myself.
Yeah.
For me to get the same exact level of kind of a job that I had, it's not there.
Yeah, I know.
It's not there. It's nothing wrong with bottom level work, but when you bust your ass, you went to school, it's not there. It's not. It's
remember, they've got
everybody always says, well, it's best time to start your business. Yes, it is. But it's not as easy as saying, I'm going to start my business and it's going to take off next year, take off in a week or months. Not everybody gets to have their business work, because if everybody's business work, there'll be there'll be no workers, right? Because all the businesses work. There'll be not every company can work. And the thing is, if it does work, of course, it'll just get bought out, or the big guns, like the big companies, like the Trump Tower or Trump's and them, like, hey, if that's working, we're going to do that, but we're going to build bigger and better than them.
Yeah.
They'll come right in and take it underneath, take it from you.
Remember, Trump went bankrupt, a couple of times?
Oh, he's gone bankrupt a lot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, his bankruptcy, he wants some of his companies to go bankruptcy.
Absolutely, he does.
Because the write-off that you could use on bankruptcy is just like people ask, Eric, how come there's so many like furniture stores that many? I never see anybody in it. Because big companies don't tell you they have sister companies that have these furniture stores, and even they don't sell enough, so they cause it as a loss, and since it's a sister company to the big company, they use it as write-offs. It's like a cover-up.
Yeah, well, the famous mattress stores. You go to a mattress store, you got like 5 salesmen and 1 customer. They got one fucking hot chick laying on a bed with all the salesmen around. Oh baby, this bed is yours. Making all these jokes that she don't get, you know. And I'm like, oh, this is pathetic. Why are you guys functioning? And they're getting a paycheck. Remember, a commission is small on a mattress. It ain't like a car. And then you find out it's a fucking tax write-off. It's owned by another corporation. It's supposed to do bad. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and it's not a conspiracy. It's a fact.
Yeah.
You know? Now, the difference between also what people don't understand, like when I'm just using Trump because everybody knows Trump. I'm just using him as an example. Yeah. The difference between Trump starting a business than us, you know, Trump is allowed to fail on purpose because he had family with money. He had father and money. If you, Bob, you and I put all our money into one thing, you know, we have one shot. It either will work or a falter. And we don't have enough money to start another one just like that, where like Trump had, like, I guess, like when he first started out, he had like 5 to 10 companies fell until he had one that didn't. We don't have 5 or 10 chances. Yeah. We get one chance.
Well, he's got family.
And most of our chances, you and I would have to take a loan in the first place to even do it. And we fell, but we still, guess what? We still got a loan to pay back.
Pay the loan back. Yeah, you know, well, he was like, what was that one time he was talking about? Well, I had to go out and do it the hard way. My dad just gave me $1 million, and then I had to go out and I used it to buy real estate. Well, dude, you got $1 million, man. Now that's tax-free. We're not talking about just handing him $1 million check. His dad paid the taxes on the $1 million gift, and he had $1 million to invest. Give me $1 million. I'll grab a bunch of hard-hitting fucking carpenters. We got family, we got friends. We'll go flip houses, man. I'll make a lot of money at the end of that.
Yeah, and if you and I, for you and I to get $1 million, of course, we have to be able to show the banks that we can cover it somehow.
Yeah,
and then when you get that loan does not wait a year to get paid back. You got to pay it back now. So, in most companies you make, on average, it takes about 1 year to 2 years to actually show a profit. You're right. I mean, it takes about a year. But if you get such a big loan, you got to pay it back. You need that company to work right away, because if you don't pay it, then what happens is the bank gets to take over your company and they can sell it off to a bigger company.
Yeah, and you got to be part of the family too. There's old money and new money. If you're old money, you're always going to make it, because no matter what you do, the fake, the Federal Reserve fake cycling machine, which there is no money backed by dollar or gold anymore. So it'll always give you a paycheck. You know, it's going to give you even a loan. If you falter on it, it's going to give you another chance for another loan. I've seen it. I've done it. Everyone knows Robert Wood. I fucking did it. I paid off all kinds of shit with it. It's not real. It's a fake system. All over the fucking back of this turtle, there are these machines that create with a computer that creates money. Everybody, Eric, we talked about it. Every human on this fucking turtle is born with a bond on their body. You're born worth a certain amount of money, and then they invest in you. That's how the system works. You're a human slave. You're worth money. Every individual's worth money. You're born, baby. You sign the birth certificate, that Social Security, everything is signed over. You're handing your baby over to the master, which is the government. The mother signs the children over, the birth certificate, birthing. You guys know your maritime law. It's all this. You're handing your children over to the government, and they have a bond placed on them, and then they're worth a value of money, and then they invest in them along the way. More education you get, more of a loan you'll get, because more of your worth on the bond goes up. People understand what I'm talking about. Most people don't.
No. It's true. Basically, what you're saying is for to get a certain amount of loan, you got to have a certain kind of criteria.
criteria and
the criteria. Yeah. And if you're just a high school graduate, which nothing wrong with that, most people are.
Yeah.
That to them, they're like, well, you haven't worked hard. You should have went to more school. Now, if you go to a city college, you get an AA, then you get a bachelor, and then if you get a master's in degree, bigger your loan are because they look at it as you're doing what it takes, and it doesn't mean you're going to do better or not.
No.
I mean, Facebook guy, Microsoft, they all dropped out of college.
Yeah. You don't need their family. It's all they're Jewish also, but anyway. They're in the Whopper. It's the Federal Reserve, which is not American people. It's English.
Oh.
You're in the Federal Reserve Whopper machine for worse.
It's a perfect system for them in the club.
Yeah.
That you, Eric, and I are not part of. Yeah.
We are not part of it.
That we're not part of that club. I mean, that's true. We're not part of the club.
Nope.
I mean,
you're in the Whopper machine. They put all if you went to college, you went to high school, if you have crimes, whatever, your entire everything about you on your social security number, or if you're from, I guess he's from Canada, you guys have a different number. It punch it into the Whopper machine. They hit a couple of buttons. You are worth, let's see here, about $20. You got a $20 loan. Have fun with that. Okay. You come in here. Give me your information. You went to college. You went all, okay. Your worth is, you can get a loan about $200,000. Good for you. Okay. Next one. I'm gonna calculate within your ethnicity. Also, you're black. Okay, that's a negative on the Whopper machine. Okay. Oh, you're Asian. That is definitely that's a plus on this end. If you go into the sciences, it's sad that they would have to stereotype you, but it is within the Whopper machine. You are stereotyped. Okay. Oh, you are from the rough side. You are white, but you have a low income. You've only got a GED. Sorry, your loan is worth about this much. Your bond on your body is worth about $25. Here you go. We gave you an extra $5 because of your ethnicity is white. There you go. It's sad. That's where we live.
Yeah, and Lizzie, you're correct. Everyone born is worth $1 million. You're correct. Bob and I did a show a long time ago about digital currency, and I know we're going to be talking about Bigfoot, people. Don't worry. Yeah. But Bob and I did a show about it. That the reason it's important why America don't like people sneaking into our country is because here in America, when you get born, you get a social security number. And the social security number is connected to the reserves, to the banks and system, because every kid that's born, you basically build a bond for that kid. So everybody is worth millions of dollars. I mean, it's like an investment into you. So that's why, when you think about, America's cruel, we're not letting other people in the countries. It is cruel to think of people coming into our country. They don't have a social security number that's related to the banks to make money off of you. It's all about the money for our system. It's all about money. So they're all automatically related. And then when you die, they keep it. So, and they don't want you to live long for social security money, because then that's money they got to pay out of their bond that they give you. So they want you to die quickly. So that's why they give you, I'm not saying bad medical insurance, but not as good as rich people can afford.
Yeah, you're worth more dead. You're worth more dead.
Like if Bob and I, hopefully we don't. If Bob and I get certain kind of a cancer, hopefully nobody gets cancer. But if we did, we haven't. I have insurance, right? But if I go to the hospital with the insurance, I'm still got to pay almost my whole house, even though I have insurance. It's not a fair system. Now, luckily, Bob and I are connected with the VA hospital, but not everybody is.
No,
not everybody is. So no matter what, it's designed for them to make money off of you, and you not to make money off of them. Because everybody American dream, but everybody thinks that everybody can become an Amazon. Everybody can become a Trump world, but that's very few, very small. And like you said, some people say that they already pick and choose who they want to be up there.
Yeah, they already picked and choose.
Talk. Like,
and Lizzie's correct about the $1 million. Let me tell you guys this. Well, okay, you are all of you, America or wherever you're at, you're worth $1 million. Now, listen to this. You're worth nothing within the system. You're not going to make any money. You're a fucking junkie. You're a drunk. You're living in a trend. I don't care what it is. You're not worth anything. However, you are worth $1 million. You will not ever have access to that $1 million. But the government can have access to that $1 million if you go to prison. Then they get your $1 million. Now, understand that. Because you have you're worth $1 million, little Johnny that grew up in a shitty place, who dropped out of high school, is now living at his fucking girlfriend's house, smoking her fucking cigarettes and not living very well. You know, bad teeth, fucking bad feet, whatever. A little bit of smack on the weekends. Whatever happens, he's not worth anything. However, the government recognizes him. Yeah, he is worth $1 million if he's in prison, because then they get to access his social security number at the Federal Reserve, and he is worth the money. So a private prison system, which is owned by the Clintons, by the way, Hillary Clinton owns multiple prisons. By the way, everyone knows that. I'm not conspiracying. This is a fact. I only tell the truth, people. I don't do conspiracies. She owns prison systems. So little Johnny, who's worth nothing at his fucking girlfriend's house, smacks his fucking girlfriend drunk, gets put in jail. They spin him in the fucking court system and keep him there because he's worth $1 million. So give him 30 years to life. The government gets that money. They use your Social Security money to pay for you to be in prison. You're not free off the system. Everyone's like, I have to pay for him to be in jail, my tax dollars. Not really. They're tapping his Social Security number. Now, so he's paying for himself out of his bond.
I'm going to share this screen. I want people, because people might not know this. Here's an example of what Bob's talking about right here in Washington. This is what it says. The only private prison currently in Washington state. Now, this is not the other states, people. This is just here in Washington. The only private prison currently in Washington state is the Northwest Detention Center in Tacoma, which is owned and operated by GEO Group under contract with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. Now, that's just one in this state. Now, what Bob's saying is there is privately owned prisons. And I mean, and like Bob said, if they have to put people in this prison, the who owns it gets a percentage of money for having them in their prison.
Get your Social Security number.
Yeah, and it's right here. It's right here.
They pull into your bond, which your worth is, say, $1 million. They get that $1 million to take care of you in prison.
And Bob, let me read this to you.
Good.
Like, who owns private prisons? Let me read this. Companies operating such facility, including the Corporation of America, the GEO Group, formerly known as Wackenhut Securities, Management and Training Corporation, MTC, and Community Education Center. In the past 2 decades, the CCA has seen its profits increase by more than 500%.
500% increase. Oh shit!
Look, and it's I'm not making this up. This is what it says. So there are money to be made in a private owned prison. I mean, Bob, you and I, so somehow, I don't know how, should get a loan from a bank. Says, what's your business model? Bob and I are gonna open up a prison.
We're gonna open up a prison.
Because they always say, right? Prisons are overcrowded. They got to go somewhere.
Yes.
They have to go somewhere.
I want to open up a prison, but we got no prisoners yet. So let me make a phone call. Let me call up. Hold on. Where the hell is he at? He's out there somewhere. Oh, I got it. There we go. Hello. Tap me through. The old man. I want marijuana to be made illegal because I got a lot of Mexicans in my territory and they're all smoking weed. I can fill up this prison in a week. Done. It's made illegal. Marijuana is made illegal in my county. It goes through. It's illegal. All of a sudden, the buses come. Oh, look at all them prisoners, Eric. All of them drug abusers. Everyone's worth $1 million. Also, don't forget, remember when you're a senior citizen, they made that movie about how they go in there and they take over that person's life. They take their house. They take all their assets. They take over their social security number, and they take all the senior citizens' money. And then they lock them away into a senior's home. Everybody's worth money. You're a slave. You're worth money in prison, if you're worth money in an old folks' home, or you're worth money just going to work. You're in a fucking slave system. Like it.
Yeah. Now, Bob, somebody wrote to you, ask you a question. Scott Warren asks, I just got here, Dr. Wu. How did you get this $1 million info?
The $1 million info is what you can do research yourself on. Find out how much money you got a bond on yourself. Find out how much you're worth at the Federal Reserve System. In fact, what you want to do is start off first at the bottom. So Scott Morin, whatever you want to call yourself, you're going to get your Social Security card and you're going to turn it over backwards. On the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see a set of numbers. In front of those set of numbers, you're going to see a letter. That letter, A, B, C, D, is the corresponding letter that attaches you to a Federal Reserve bank. So you're going to find out what letter that is. You're going to find out what you are at the Federal Reserve Bank. And then your Social Security number is owned by that bank, which means you are owned by that bank. You are not a human. You are a straw man, whatever. You are a number. And so your number is in the Federal Reserve System, which is not part of the United States. It's actually British. So the British own you. So anyway, you need to find out where you are and what bank you are. Start with that first. And then work your way and make some phone calls. Call the Federal Reserve that owns your Social Security number and make a little effort. Pick up a pen and paper and write some shit down.
Yeah.
Move yourself forward. And then find out who, like Eric just did, a basic 2-minute fucking flash. Find out how many private prison systems are in your location. Look up the names of those companies and do your own research on who owns those companies and what branches, because there's always a committee that owns a group of things. You can always go back. You can always find out who the actual owner is. So everything's a business. So good question.
It is.
There's a damn question.
I mean, there's answers. Figure it out. There's answers everywhere. I mean, you just gotta read like right here. Like here's let me go here. Like putting a dollar value on life. Governments already do. You know, trade-offs and routine health policies and math analysts underlying them all been around for decades. I mean, I'm not going to read, you know, everything here, but I mean, where is it? Most recently under President George Bush, the dollar value of life for regulating decisions went down. Under President Obama, it went up. Let me read that. The dollar value of life for regulatory decisions went down. So money, you're worth money. I mean, it's the answers are all there. Like here, one of the earliest value of life in regulation came from 1978 calculation by the Kansas College economic professor Warren Pruna. He estimated the value of a life saved by purpose furniture, fabric, flammability standards at $1 million, which was later adopted by Congress for regulations made by the Consumer Product Safety Commissions. Now, Bob said $1 million, right? Bob didn't know I was going to have this article. In fact, somebody else in the sidebar come up, and I had to agree because I've heard the same story. So you're looking it up now. Now, there's Scott Morin. Eric, you're going to keep going. But Scott, I want you to continue your research. I want you to do it live on the sidebar. You found the number on the back of your Social Security card. Now I want you to go online, and I want you to look up all of the Federal Reserves in the United States or wherever you're at in the United States. Use that letter on the back of that set of numbers, that little letter. Look for that letter and find and put into the sidebar the name of the Federal Reserve that owns your Social Security number. So have fun. Get your research on. Let's see how you can do it. Yeah, if you can do it, everybody else can do it. And then today, the commission uses figure of 8.7 million. Other U.S. departments and agencies value different somewhat. of the Environment Protection Agency uses $7.4 million. The Department of Transportation, which includes federal administration, uses $9.6 million. I mean, the answers are all there, but I just love finding that one where it talks about how value of life went down under Bush, but under Obama it went up.
Yeah,
the Department of Transportation value of life reached $2.5 million. See, Department of Transportation value of a life. I mean, everybody is worth money. What does it say? Al Gore, then a congressman, called cost effectiveness an attempt to cripple essential government functions, which dollar figure can be assigned to avoidance of birth deformities. Oh, that's something else. But
it's some other scam. They got a scam. So I want Scott on the sidebar to find his Federal Reserve using that letter and put it in the sidebar. Do it, man. Show everybody you can do it. If you could do it, then everybody can do it. You're just a regular person doing it on your own for the first time. Once you find that Federal Reserve account, put it in what bank. So if you were the New York, if the letter on there was the letter represents the New York Federal Reserve and owns your Social Security number, put down on the sidebar the New York Federal Reserve owes my thing. Now, people say, how do I know all this? Because I've done it. I've used my Social Security number to buy a house and I paid off all my bills and stuff. However, they have the right to refuse me because it's only the money's not real. Because it's not real, that's how I found it's not real. They can refuse me to use it. They don't have to give it to me. And I did have it, and I did work for a lot of things. But like Eric talked about a long time ago, they can refuse you at any time, and all of a sudden, them bills come back at you. I paid off my house. I paid it off twice. I had a fight with the fucking with their lawyers. They were threatening me with getting lawyers. Anyway, I ended up selling my house and taking the money out. I couldn't do it anymore. I'd be homeless, like with no money. So it's doable. I've done it. I know the money's fake because I went in and played with it, manipulated it. People talk about taking their Social Security number and making private checks because the Social Security number is a bank account number, and the corresponding routing is your Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
So I've done it. You can make checks. You can go cash the checks, but they can stop it. You understand that? Because it's not real money, they can stop it.
And I like THC Jack wrote transfer from Ian to crypto brokerage account, but then he wrote, "Yep, that's how he did it. Then to cash, so I believe it." So
good for you.
Now, I think in the future we need to do another show again about cryptocurrencies because one of the reasons why governments and stuff hate cryptocurrencies is because they can't watch your money because they want your money.
It's an eye for an eye.
Yeah.
It's an eye for an eye. It's fake money against fake money.
I know. And they want their fake money to be worth more than their fake money.
Yeah.
And by the government tracking their fake money, they could tax you more of the fake money to get them more of the money. But with cryptocurrency, they can't track it yet. I'm not saying that they're never going to have the ability to, but
But Eric, don't forget, right now we have the G7. I'm not going to talk anymore about that, but the G7 is going on, which is all these governments have gotten together, and now they're starting to. The guys behind the curtain have figured this shit out, and crypto is going to wipe out the certain percentage of these guys that the old money can't sustain itself on crypto. So they're trying to stop it. Now, they're not just going to stop it. They're going to take over the market by crashing it artificially. Then they're going to go in and buy it. Now, everyone thinks that crypto is going to be badass. That is, but you're not going to beat them. They're going to crash the market, which crashes crypto, and then they're going to swoop in and pay for it because money don't exist anyway.
I think
buy all the crypto.
I think we should do this talk again on a Monday.
Yeah,
go back into the money world and kind of because it is it's mind blowing.
It's mind blowing,
and it's not conspiracies. It's what's going on right now.
It's happening.
While everybody in the baby truther communities are all crying about stuff like this, but it's about money. It's about hidden money, false money, currency, cryptocurrencies, digital currencies. Money's disappearing. Money's becoming more numbers on a computer system. We think why Russians are are breaking into the systems in America because it's now everything is on computers. It's all about transferring the number into their system.
They're going to crash the crypto fucking market, and then they're going to swoop in and buy it at a low. It's that. Okay, I'm not bragging, but I'm not from here. I'm from Sagittarius. I know computers from over there. The computers over here, I'm going to be honest with you guys, is easy to hack. You understand that? Fuck you with the Mandela effect when you talk about a stupid song change. That's for fucking money for fags. I'm talking about actual hacking. If you're from where I'm from, you know computers from where I'm from, Sagittarius. You look at the system here, it's a child's system. You know who's hacking the system? People like myself, not me. I'm in a comic book. Nothing for me is real, so nothing I say is real. I'm a chronic liar. But I'm telling you, I can hack this system, no problem. I can get people kicked out, no problem. You want to strike on this motherfucker? Done. It's easy to hack the computers in this fucking Orion's cock place.
There's my hat, Scott. No. Scott goes, where's your hat? And Scott, the reason I'm not wearing the hat really no more because this other camera that I use is, you can see that it makes the hat flicker.
Oh.
It was making it flicker. I'm trying to adjust the color of the camera so it won't flicker. That's why I really haven't been wearing it. Because in certain views, I don't know why it's black, but it you don't see it bad in here because there's a lot of extra light outside. But when it's not, it's like it's just.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a hat today either. I've decided. So Eric's wearing. I'm not gonna wear. I didn't wear a hat today. This is my natural head.
Let me see. I think Bob's new hat makes him look like an Ewok.
Well, yeah. Well, we're doing it on Sasquatch, so.
Yeah. What is it here? Carla wrote, would be interesting to look into crypto market. My older sons have recently been investing. Now, Carla, I'm actually invested.
Eric is.
I mean, I'm not invested like my whole life savings. No. I just play with it. Like if you before Monday show, guys, if you guys want to experiment, here, this is for Monday, guys. Experiment. Go to my website. Go to my website. Gypsy. Hold on. Gypsy Road. .live. Go to my website, and I'll show you why. Go to my website, people. Okay. Go to gypsyroad.live and then scroll down to cryptocurrency right here. Okay. Click on the cryptocurrency. Now, I did put an explanation on what cryptocurrency is, but the main thing I want you to do is go down here where it says Crypto Watch Desktop. And on my website, I have all the big cryptocurrency coins here. And this is the money worth. So by Monday, I don't know, I'm not saying you don't have to invest, but write down, like say you pretend you're going to invest in Bitcoin. Write down what number it is today, and then we'll look at it on Monday, so you kind of see, because here's the charts of how the money, goes up and down. You could click on individual currencies, and you could kind of get an idea on seeing how up and down it goes. Because cryptocurrency is just like the stock market. It could be up a lot one weekend. It could be down a lot. It's a long investment type of deal.
Yeah.
So you could use it. It's just for fun. Now, like for myself, when I do cryptocurrency, I might buy like $10 every 2 weeks. Not a lot. I use a company called Coinbase. But what's kind of cool on Coinbase is every time they have like new coins or the company wants to represent a coin, Bob, if you watch this video, you could get $3. You don't have to do anything. So I got like 20 coins. I only invest in maybe some in Bitcoin and Stellar Lumen. That's the two that if I buy it, I buy those. But I have like 20 others because they kept giving me free cryptocurrency. I just watched the video, answered 2-3 questions, boom. And even if that does not do well, it doesn't hurt me because I got it free.
Yeah.
And one of the $3 one that I got, Bob's kind of funny. One of the $3 I got free, it's not worth a lot, but it went from $3 to $20.
Yeah.
You know,
I recommend now, you guys didn't hear this from me because I don't think you guys should do this. I'm going to tell you guys not to do this. Don't do this. Do not, absolutely do not use your social security number as your bank account number, and the corresponding routing number would come from the Federal Reserve. Do not do this. Do not buy cryptocurrency using your social security number from the Federal Reserve. That would be wrong. Don't do that.
And I want to explain. THC Jack is correct. If you move it a lot, the fees are harsh. Even stock markets, anything you move around, the company will charge fees. So if you're going to invest, you either stick with it, don't keep moving it around. If it drops, don't be one of those people like, oh my God, I might need to drop this to this because this is dropping, that's rising. Because what happens is people do that, right? They drop here because it's going down, this is going up. As soon as they drop from here and buy here, you pay fees, and then here starts to drop, and this goes back up.
Yeah.
So you just got to stick with it and don't invest your life savings.
Yeah. Don't use your social security number from the Federal Reserve. Don't do that. Don't buy with your own.
Yeah. Coinbase is legit. Yeah. I use Coinbase, and I'm not trying to sell anybody anything, but if you are going to look into Coinbase, in my description, I actually have a Coinbase where if you click it through me, they give you like an extra $10 worth of digital coins. If you're going to do it, take every advantage of it to get every extra dollar you can, because it doesn't hurt. Yeah. It doesn't hurt. Now, okay, guys, that's we'll save the rest for Monday on that. Now, Bigfoot.
Like, I like this one.
I know. It's fun. I know. Only thing is, I'll have to like rewrite the title of the show.
Let me say one last thing, Eric. In this, okay. So China right now is trying to ban mining. Now, there's a whole thing called crypto mining. It's a type of algorithm that you set up yourself with other people that find flaws within the system, because this is a chain system. Understand, it has nothing to do with the government so far. It goes from computer to computer to computer, like the old days before internet. We used to have phone internet. So you had your phone internet go, you put it on here. So you use, everybody's computer is being used, understand, as the thing that moves it along. Your individual computers. So your computer is the system. You're contributing. It's called a blockchain. Now, when you contribute to crypto, you are agreeing to allow to use your computer to be part of the blockchain, which means everybody has access to your computer or whatever the blockchain goes forward. But you have your own fail safes and whatever you have, whatever. Anyway, blockchain my ass. I can get into your shit. But it's called crypto mining. And you go, because you're on a blockchain, you have an algorithm that tries to fix any glitch. And you could find a crypto. If you could find a glitch, whatever, they will give you a crypto coin. So you have what they call crypto miners out there, aggressive crypto miners. And Elon Musk, because of who he is, actually hired a bunch of fucking tech-savvy motherfuckers to build these crypto mines. And he's crypto mining and it's free. So you fishing, you're mining, literally mining for free, fishing for free coins, caught up in the blockchain. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say. China's trying to ban that because people are getting in there and getting free shit for free. We're talking, you can get up to 50, 60,000 fucking dollars worth of cryptocurrency in a day for mining.
If you know what you're doing, yeah.
I want to throw that at you guys. Now, remember, it's a blockchain. So do your research what a blockchain is before you even do any investments in anything called cryptocurrency.
Yeah. We can do more of definition explanation on on Monday, and if you are really going to do it, I don't recommend using Robinhood app because Robinhood app has been known when people were doing the AMC stock and all that, and they made it hard because they saw that their major billionaire companies were losing money and the little people were gaining, and they stopped them from being able to buy more when they should have been able to. So I don't recommend Robinhood. They're crooks. They stop the little man for the big pocket people. That's just my opinion. You don't have you want to use Robinhood, go for it. But I don't like what they did to people on that. It's kind of crooked, in my opinion. They should get shut down by the government. But who cares? I recommend Coinbase.
It doesn't matter because it's not regulated. Okay, remember, guys, cryptocurrency is not regulated.
Yeah, that's what's nice about it right now.
It's Wild West. Oh,
it is Wild West. Yeah. Now, I know it's a hard topic. Now you go directly from digital currency into Bigfoot. I might have to retitle the show that half of it digital currency. But that's the beautiful thing about doing shows, that you just gotta let it take you where it takes you.
Yeah.
What's that? What did he say? A block toilet. Was that Bob?
The blockchain, the block toilet. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, I don't mess with. I like to do the mining.
Yeah, you're right, AGM. China, Bob was talking about that. China has stopped a lot of things on it, and that's what kind of hurt the currency to drop a little bit. But it's going to gain. Don't stop on that. It will gain. But loss of space threatening North American Sasquatch.
There it is.
U.S. Department of Agriculture. There are many reasons the U.S. Forest Service conserves open space. It allows us to deliver clean water, provide space recreation activities, blah, 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 and a variety of creatures, most notably the North American Sasquatch. While most people believe the Sasquatch to be a thing of folklore or urban legend, researcher Thaddeus Guttenberg with the U.S. Forest Service Mythical Wildlife Division recently confirmed that Bigfoot is every bit as real as he is. Now, just like
cryptocurrency.
Yeah. And the thing is, this here is from USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, saying this. This ain't from a Joe Smo running a YouTube channel website saying, listen, Bigfoot's real here. This is coming from, major companies.
Yeah.
I mean, major U.S. department, not companies, a major U.S. department.
Yeah. Even if Bigfoot wasn't real, the fact that you believe in Bigfoot makes it real, like digital currency.
And we've been keeping the existence under wraps for years to protect his privacy, said Guttenberg. But because the country is losing more and more open space each day, we wanted to make it known that the habitat to one of America's greatest legends may be at risk.
Yes.
So and not just Bigfoot. Every time you start taking land away, the country always says certain animals are becoming extinct, right?
Yes.
We got to repopulate these certain animals so they don't go extinct. But the problem is, you could do that, but you keep taking land away too. So then you overpopulate a smaller area, and then and when you learn, you start causing different kind of issues. So what I mean is, if Bob takes away, if there's certain animals that are being less populated, and Bob decided, I'm going to breed these, I'm going to put in this one area and let them grow. Yeah. But what happens is, when you start adding environments to other environments, you start creating other environments to go there to eat them. I know it sounds weird.
Yeah.
But detail. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know the exact story. I think it happened in New York where somebody went to UK and found these birds that we don't have here in America.
Oh.
I can't remember exactly where the story. I should have had it ready. My fault. And he brought these birds back, and he bred these birds, and he let these birds loose in New York. And these birds bred like nothing. And all these birds. And now, when airplanes were taking off, these airplanes were getting slaughtered with these birds going into the engines and causing these engine issues to these planes to land, and some even crash because we start breeding these birds in an area that these birds were never here before because they took them from a UK and it was causing issues. What I'm saying is
a lot of issues.
And so a lot of these issues we're causing it in ourselves, So it's just not Bigfoot. It's money corporations are destroying the land for their own purposes. And what are these things got to go?
Yeah. It's kind of like cryptocurrency. Not that we're coding in any way or any form cryptocurrency in a different manner. But Eric, continue with the birds that were brought over here. They were not indigenous to the United States.
And I just want you guys to know, you can still vote because I did put on the poll this morning. I should have done it last night, but oh well. I put a poll up on what do you guys feel about Bigfoot, and you guys can vote right here. Go in there. You can still vote. It's going to be up. Let me go here for a second. Where is it? Okay, right here. Let me hit refresh just to see if it went up. So far, out of 15 votes, like I said, I put this up pretty late, and I put, do you believe in Bigfoot? I mean, it's plain and simple. So far, 67% says yes. 20% says no. 7% says I don't know yet. And then 7% goes to I believe Dr. Wu is the Bigfoot. So there is some votes saying that Bob is actually Bigfoot with the beard and all that. It's just a cover up because Bob shaves around the beard to make him look like he's a human. So some 7% of you think Dr. Wu is Bigfoot. So you can still go in here and vote. And they running out of space. Bigfoot Anonymous Carner is absolutely right. I mean, it's something that we don't talk about. We always talk about has somebody spotted Bigfoot, but we don't talk about their land is being taken away, and there's been an increase of Bigfoot. Now, some people say, well, Eric, it's because during the pandemic, more people are off and more people are looking for a Bigfoot. But you also got to think about when you take away their land, they're forced to go to certain places where the opportunity to see them are there. Now, we're like, well, don't we want to see them? Well, yes. I mean, we all want proof that Bigfoot is real. I mean, we all want proof, but if the wrong people know that they're there, like say somebody really did see Bigfoot, well, you don't think the government's going to want to kidnap that Bigfoot and trying to use him as a weapon?
Yeah, they want to give him a social security number. Because if you give a Bigfoot a social security number, then he's worth $1 million. And you could easily put Bigfoot in prison.
Yeah, well, remember, in the state of Washington,
yeah,
if you shoot Bigfoot, it could be manslaughter. Now, we said, Bob and I have said in the past to get around that, you have to say, oh shit, he's coming after me.
He's coming right for you. He's coming right at us. Boom. You got to make sure you got to always say, oh my God.
Oh, what's this?
Oh my God, he's coming right at us.
Oklahoma just ordered Bigfoot hunting season 2.
No, he didn't.
Hold on. I got to look that up. Hold on.
No, you didn't. No, he don't fuck around. Put it up there.
Hold on. I got to look that up. That's wow. I mean, hold on. Let me write that in there. I got to write that up. South Park. Yeah. Lockbird knows. South Park episode. oh shit, he's coming after you, and that hold on, let me look that up. Oklahoma just ordered Bigfoot hunting season.
I bet you in Oklahoma they're being used as drug mules.
Oh shit! There we go. Let me pull it up.
South American cartel. Drug mules.
Here we go. Oklahoma may soon have an official Bigfoot hunting season and a $25,000 for catching it.
I'm so going hunting. When is this going to happen?
And this came out about January 27, 2021. So now this is June. It might have already is in existence, but $25,000 here. Love is a good conspiracy theory. Oklahoma is looking for you. Okay. A January Oklahoma rep, Justin Humphrey, introduced a new bill to the state legislature in an attempt to open up license for Bigfoot hunting season. Yes, for real. A lot of people don't believe in Bigfoot, but a lot of people do. Humphrey said in a statement explaining the license would be regulated to the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservative Commission. There would be set dates for hunting the mythical creature just as there for other wildlife. Yes. I have been in the woods all my life and never ever seen any sign of Bigfoot, Humphrey additionally told Oklahoma. I've never heard Bigfoot, but I have some people that I know that are good, solid people who I will guarantee you 100% have said they have experience with Bigfoot. So I know there are people out there that you will not convince that Bigfoot doesn't exist. While Humphrey's idea may have seen, but hold on. So now this is in June. Let me ask Bigfoot. Connor. Now that article is in January. Are you saying that bill has finally passed, or it's still there to be voted on?
And do we have to stand 6 feet away from each other while we're hunting?
Hold on. Lockbird, I live in Oklahoma. Representative Just Humphrey tried, but did not go through.
Oh, man.
So there's our answer. So it hasn't gone through. But thing is, listen, a lot of things they try to pass through the first time doesn't go through.
Shit.
But it starts a momentum, right? It starts where people like, hey, we need to put that in law. And in a lot of ways, I look at that law as kind of a protecting, like if you and I go hunting now, say you did go past in Oklahoma, you and I can hunt him without being punished for shooting him in a way.
Yeah. Well, I'm a disabled veteran, so I have PTSD. So if he's coming right at me, I can shoot him. He's an animal. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's crazy.
Yes. But we'll find out.
Pablo Escobar had a ban of Yetis. Get a whole load of drugs hidden in a Bigfoot drug mule. What tobacco you got in that pipe, dude? Bob, what kind of tobacco you got in your pipe?
It's Friday. You know what kind of tobacco's in my pipe on Fridays? Come on. Wacky tobacco.
Lockbird says it didn't pass, but I found articles that said it did. Regardless, Hillbilly's going to be hunting anyway.
Anyway, I mean, are they actually? Is Bigfoot being used as drug mules?
Let me type it in. Did the Bigfoot bill pass in Oklahoma?
Hunting it.
Oklahoma. Let's see.
And soon, I'm hunting. I'm also going to hunt, unicorn.
Oklahoma did this. Hold on. This is kind of interesting.
What's that?
It says here, Oklahoma Bigfoot bounty passes. 2 million if captured unharmed.
Oh. Unharmed.
And this is posted March 10th, 2021.
Oh, unharmed. So if you're a bounty hunter,
but this is what it says here, Bob. This is what it says here. Okay. Over the next few weeks, the bill died in committee. So it did die. But that hasn't stopped some of continuing the effort to encourage someone to capture Bigfoot. So even though the bill has died,
yes,
you could get $2 million if you could capture Bigfoot.
From who? From the state?
In the state of Oklahoma.
Okay, from the state of Oklahoma. See, guys, we're in no way using this as codes for crypto mining. So anyway, $2 million to find Bigfoot.
Yeah. Humphrey and others claim this area of Oklahoma has the 9th most sightings in the world of Bigfoot. Yeah, Washington is one in the top 3. According to the Emmett News of Eagle, Humphrey original plan suggested lawmakers set aside $25,000 for the bounty Bigfoot captured, and of course, but that bill didn't pass. But upcoming Hollywood Bigfoot movie. Here we go. But he said an upcoming. Here we go. But he said an upcoming Hollywood Bigfoot movie pledged around $2 million, while another private business promised an additional $100,000 that eliminated any need for state funding. So a Hollywood movie.
Oh,
so let's see here. I'm going to type it in. Is there a Bigfoot movie coming from Hollywood?
Okay, find out who the producers are. Let's find out if they're Jewish.
Is there
Jewish people? Eric and I are
a big Bigfoot movie coming from Hollywood?
I'm going to make sure I put this on because this is very important. That way people know that I'm Jewish. And then now, so the Jewish and banking system wants going to give away $2 million for a live Bigfoot. Is this for some sort of ritual?
I can't really see anything. It just says like Netflix is working on one, which they're part of Hollywood.
Yeah.
So, and if you're the studio, I mean, it's kind of a smart. It's a smart. It's what do you call it? It's like a commercial, like a good publicity for a movie to make you be more involved in like. We're going to give you money if you find it. It's like a free commercial in a lot of ways. So all they're doing is like creating a trailer without creating a trailer by creating a contest. If you find them, we'll give you this. It's good publicity for a movie, which is very smart. I mean,
that's smart, man. I want that money, Eric. I want that $2 million. There's our start.
Well, guys, so anybody here watching from Hollywood, AMC, I don't know, a Discovery Channel, streaming services, you guys should sponsor Bob and I to go to Oklahoma, and we'll pick up some of our friends like Connor or other people to join our group to go hunt Bigfoot.
Invest, because there's $2,100,000 at stake. Now, I'm assuming this is tax free. They're going to pay the taxes on it for us too. Gotta be tax free because
you and I know that
we can hire a crew.
I mean, what, dude?
Man,
I seriously, all these streaming services should sponsor and hire us, because think about the footage they could get from our hunts.
It's $2 million.
Because we're not technically hunting Bigfoot, we're capturing Bigfoot.
It's $2 million.
And Bob. We already have a great team, right? We'll go pick up Connor, right? We'll go pick up our medium, Vel. Yeah. She's our medium. Yeah. The Sasquatchers, they have abilities.
Yeah.
We'll go pick them up. We'll build our team. We'll lead the team, of course. We're the leaders of the team.
Yeah.
And then we'll get like some of our friends from the YouTube family, like to be skeptics. For us,
yes,
we'll get like Carla Webster, we'll get her, we'll get like Hobbs, and they could be our skeptics. Like, are these guys changing it because they're sponsored by the companies, or are they really being for real? So we'll have our skeptics. We'll have our Bigfoot team.
I'm going to invite Tony because he's an alcoholic like myself, so we can get drunk and I don't feel stupid.
The only thing is, Tony is Canadian. You know, can we trust Canadians?
Yeah, you can trust Canadians.
Okay. Because we heard the Canadians are the most friendliest people, but lately I've been hearing all these horror stories that Canadians are not really as friendly as they seem to be.
Apparently not. A lot of people are afraid of Canadians at the moment.
We'll get Tony, Tom Merck. Tom Merck's Canadian, and Tom Merck can keep an eye on Tony for us.
Yes.
And then we'll have a true skeptic team. And hey, I think it's a win-win for Discovery, because if we don't capture it, they can see how fucked up we are.
We'll cut you guys into the $2,100,000.
Where is this? There is a film I watched recently that got a creature similar to a Bigfoot. Can't remember what it is called right now. Does anybody know? Have an idea what movie she's talking about? People, Bob, Bigfoot does not exist anymore. The droughts killed him off. Hold on. Picture for enjoying. You can't say that because you don't want Discovery to think they're gone, because we need them to sponsor us to hunt him.
We'll find a Bigfoot.
Yes, we'll find one.
We're gonna get a Bigfoot.
Even if we have to glue some hair on a person. Even if we have to take Tony and paste hair all over him and have him running around the forest, and we could pretend like we couldn't capture Bigfoot because we thought he's attacking us. So Bob had to save the camp by
we can't shoot Bigfoot. We got to remember they want him alive. Okay. So alive Bigfoot.
And then Lockbeer wrote, if I find a trap intended for Sasquatch in the woods, I will destroy it. I have no tolerance for trapping the forest people. They are not animals, and it appears to be human. Lockbird, we know that, but we don't want Discovery to know that, because we want them to hire us to go get them.
Lockbeard, $2 million, 100,000.
Oh, Bob, this is true. This is why. Can we trust Canadians? Look, Canadians stole my Bigfoot footprint. Remember that story?
That's right.
And how do we know that Canadian is related to Tony's group?
That's true. Well, we can rip them off on the money. Okay. They won't know any better. We'll pay them.
Mike says, let creatures GoFundMe.
I want to GoFundMe so I can go get that $2 million.
The film I was talking about with Bigfoot type creature is called the Wilding.
We can go to our town, Eric, our family's original town, Woodsward.
Yes.
Where our great grandfather owned the fucking town, in the bank and the town, everything. The town of Woodsward.
But joking aside,
our home's from Oklahoma.
You know, joking aside, Lockbeard is 100% correct. Bigfoot shouldn't be treated like a deer hunting. You know, we're gonna shoot and kill it. It is nature, and there's a reason why we can't find them. I do believe there is a Bigfoot type creature out there that we're just calling it Bigfoot. It's a name. Maybe it's I hate to say it. Maybe it's a deformed bear. I don't know, but it is. You know, Bob and I, if we actually were sponsored to go find a Bigfoot, we would treat it like a fishing. Like if we catch it, we will let it go, like a certain fish.
We're not treat it like it's worth $2 million.
And this is being honest. I would never, if I actually had evidence somehow we could capture it, I would never let it be seen, just because we know that the governments will steal them, and then they'll say that Bob and I were lying in the first place.
Yeah, I would treat them.
They would. The government would take them from us. I
would treat them like
the government won't allow us to show proof Bigfoot's there because they want to use it for their own weapon. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah, I would capture him and treat him he'd be worth $2 million exact. Don't touch him. He's worth $2 million.
Here we go. But
Treated like,
here. Okay, we'll put him in a cage. I'm pretty hairy. We'll split the bounty. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
We can't hurt him, dude. They're not gonna take a dead fucking Bigfoot. We're gonna take it's dead. It's gotta be alive.
Connor, 2 million isn't worth the guilt.
You're not hurting it. It's just $2 million. We're gonna put it in a cage. We'll give it fucking dog food or whatever it eats. It's gonna be fine. It's a human. We'll get it burgers. We'll get it laid. We'll get a couple of fucking working ladies with the Bigfoot. I'm sure. I think there's one girl has a channel on another channel. She likes Bigfoot. We'll lock them up together. The illustrated lady. She'll put her in there with him and turn. You guys have fun. Definitely will not hurt that Bigfoot. I promise. And then we'll collect $1 million.
The Wilding. So the Wilding, a family tries to rebuild their lives following a daughter released from. No, I think that can't be it. I think I might have wrote it wrong. What did we see here? I'm trying to see the Wilding. No, the
Wildling, Eric, not the Wilding, the Wildling.
Oh! So I spelled okay.
Wildling. Yes, it's Chinese. It's Chinese. Wildling. It's a Chinese prostitute. Her name is Wildling. Yes.
A blossom teenager uncovers the dark secret behind her traumatic childhood. No, that's not it.
Oh, is that the Wildling?
But I type in the Wildling, nothing was coming up.
Really?
Wildling.
You might want to get out of that, whatever that is. Just go to regular Google.
2 women are from state police and abducted a man backseat of their car. That's not it. hey, Carla, if you can find a link to IMDb or any kind of a link to show what this movie looks like, put it in the chat and I'll just click on it.
Carla, what are you thinking with this movie, Wildling? You're kidnapping a man in the back of your car? What is this? What's going through your head?
Gypsy Road, totally agree about not giving Bigfoot to the government for money. That sounds true. Bob and I had the Bigfoot, the minimum research group on our team. And one of our shows that we did with them, they told us the story because they had a video of them camping. And some government people kind of like pulled up and they stayed the whole night. And because they were there basically watching them because they might have been close to something. So they're out there. They're looking. But I would still love to go out on a trip, research, and figure it out. And I mean, and we need sponsorship because we don't have money to fly to Oklahoma.
Well, maybe Bigfoot is really in the government. Maybe Bigfoot is in the military. Maybe Bigfoot is somebody going through time.
You had it, Eric, the blossoming one. Oh, I did have that Bigfoot movie. I did have one of them.
Blossoming one. Huh. And there's nobody in the backseat of a car being tied up? Okay.
You got the right one. I edit. It should be Wildling. Oh, so I did have it. Okay. Let me go back to it.
Wildling. Not Wilding. Wildling. Maybe.
Okay, hold on. Let me share it back. So you guys are saying this one right here, the Wildling, 2018.
Okay.
A blossom teenager uncovers the dark secret behind the traumatic childhood. So you guys are saying that is the one.
Read that one again. A blossoming teenager.
A blossoming teenager uncovers the dark secret behind the traumatic childhood.
Is this a Weinstein production?
No, it looks like a foreign movie because it says director is Fritz Baum.
Okay.
But it says Liv Tyler. She's a pretty big star, isn't she?
She's no blossoming teenager, though. She blossomed a long time ago. I think she was messing around with Ben Affleck in a movie, so I don't think she's blossoming anymore.
Yeah, Liv Tyler is in it.
Oh, maybe she's the blossoming teenager.
The main star is Belle Podley as Anna.
Ooh. And they find a Bigfoot.
Let me see if there's photos here. I don't want to play the trailer just in case it's not allowed for us to show.
I don't know if we want to show anything because you're talking about a blossoming teenager that finds a hairy animal man in the forest.
Wilding. Okay.
This is not a Weinstein production.
Kissing. Okay.
Okay.
Looks like she might be doing some naughty things on a Bigfoot. I don't know.
With that. Okay. And he's
okay. We got a doctor, a foreign doctor.
Indian. Okay. He's an Indian doctor.
Liv Tyler. She's a
Tyler.
She's a forest. Oh, she's a sheriff.
She's concerned about the blossoming teenager meeting the Bigfoot.
Okay. She's getting blessed in the water. Probably getting baptized.
Baptized, John the Baptist. Maybe the monster is John the Baptist.
She's doing a little Braveheart right there. You know, probably yelling freedom. And then you got the cute boy, the cute handsome kid.
Yeah. Maybe he's the blossoming teenager.
You got a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. He's figuring it out like
prison. Dude, he's in prison.
And then you got the girl again. Right. Okay. Got Bob right here. Bob's in it.
Oh, I guess I'm in it.
Bob's in it. Bob got his hat. Bob, you didn't tell us you're in this movie.
I did not. I was not aware of. I was there at the time. I must have been a little bit drunk.
Must be a Mandela effect.
Must be a Mandela effect.
This guy. Okay. Any pictures of what we're supposed to be seeing? No Bigfoots? Okay.
No Bigfoot.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Castle.
Okay. Director, French Broom. See production, box office, info. What? You got to pay now? Motherfuckers.
What's the director's name? French Broom?
Fritz Boom. Let's see here. Let me click on him.
Fritz Broom.
Let's see here. Let's see. He's known for Wilding, Modman, Escape Room, A Family. Here we go. Let me see here. Director. He directed 3 things. Aaron Budamore, Modman, and Wilding. Here, what's Modman? I gotta click on that. Based on a classic picture book by Tommy Under, the award-winning live-action fairy tale tells the story of a man in the moon's voyage to Earth.
Whoa.
Wow.
Is that also involve a blossoming teenager?
Don't know.
Huh. So is the person's an astronaut?
I'm guessing. I never heard of it.
Okay.
And then he has a production manager. He's a production manager. Looks like he did everything up to 2013. And then, actually, Wilding is 2018. He's a producer of. He produced up to 2011. So,
Okay.
Seems like he completed. He's a writer of a thing called Escape Room Tournament of Champions.
Oh, all right. Okay. Interesting.
6 people find themselves locked in another. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, the one of those escape room movies where.
Yeah, I did Escape Room.
Yeah.
I've been in 2 of those.
Oh, was it? Mine Man was a short. Okay, so that one is like a short little movie. Picture it's different escape room that the mainstream one.
Okay.
Escape Room, great movie. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Escape Room.
Cool.
I mean, for me, Escape Room was average. It was predictable to me. Escape Room was a little bit predictable. So, hey, maybe this one they'll improve on not making it predictable. Yeah. Some movies I don't like it when it's predictable. Like the movie Us was predictable. I saw in the beginning there was no twist in it, so So, you know,
hey, put like,
hey, listen, sequels could be better than the first one. I told you guys the Huntman's wife or the bodyguard wife. The second one was fucking blew me away how much better it was than the first one. So
bodyguard's wife, okay,
was a great concept, not realistic though, entertaining. Yeah, that's how I look at it. I mean, escape room with the box, but the clothes. I mean, you know, hey, listen, I love great ideas. Bring them out, because people always say there's not enough original movies out there, and there really are. We're just not willing to look into it. We're really.
I mean, I want to do an escape room. I would like to own one for real, but I want to hire people with actual leprosy to staff it, and I want them to be
Hitler's bodyguard, the last scene dad.
Actual having leprosy in the escape room, then that everybody will want to get out really bad.
Connor, you're saying you actually went and saw the sequel? Connor, I'm not gonna tell anybody, but in the movie, when they first show Ryan Reynolds who his dad is in the movie, it is hilarious. Bob, I'm not gonna tell you, but when they first show who Connor's dad, or not Connor, but Ryan Reynolds' character, whose dad is in the movie, it's fucking hilarious.
No, I want to see that bad. Don't talk about
it. But like Samuel Jackson's like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna say anything. It's hilarious. I haven't laughed. I told you guys this. I haven't laughed so hard in a movie in a long time.
Yeah, I got a couple of Russian friends that might see me.
I think there are at least 3 movies called Escape Room. Yeah, there is. They already made spin-offs, and I don't know. I only seen the first Escape Room. I haven't seen the other ones, but I got something here. Let me share it. It's only 2 minutes long.
Okay.
It's called Bigfoot. The Sasquatch Museum is dedicated to answering question: is Bigfoot real? I didn't know there was a Bigfoot museum.
Wow.
But apparently there is a Bigfoot museum, and I think that's kind of cool. So it's actually. It's a museum located in North Georgia, near North Carolina.
Okay.
And Bob, I don't know if you knew there was actually a big.
No, I did not know this.
Did you not know? Well, let's see what it says here. This is only 2 minutes, guys. It's only 2 minutes. Here we go.
Okay.
My wife and I moved here about 5 years ago. And we were actually thinking about, I went back to the restaurant business I was in it for about 25 years. And I was actually thinking about opening up a small little traveling museum and an RV to go to different festivals and stuff. But I knew that I could never pack enough stuff in an RV. So we decided to open up our own family attraction here. We didn't even know how the building open yet. We just put the graphics on the side of the building, and then the people just started coming in here. People, ranchers and business owners, and people that own property. We had a guy right behind the museum that has, 15, 20 head of cattle. He came to tell us that he found a huge footprint on his property right next to the creek. He said it was so big and clear that he went all the way back to the tractor and got his wife and brought her all the way out to show her. And his sister-in-law, who lives over here on Back Pine Way, has been telling him she saw a whole family of these things moving through her property every October. He thought she was crazy until he found the footprint on his property. Last sighting was about 3 weeks ago near Peachtree, which is just east of Murphy in North Carolina, maybe, 35, 45 minutes from here. And a young girl was walking her dog at night, and something slid down the embankment next to her, must have lost his footing, and then stood up within 6 feet of her. It was a huge 8-foot hairy man. And she said that his face was disfigured. And when I asked her what she meant, he says it was a giant man's body with an ape face attached to it. And she scared her so bad, she ran, got about 3/4 of the way home and hid in a ditch. I've seen 2 standing side by side of each other on an investigation in Alva, Florida, back in 2011, where a fisherman kept having these things come on his property at night. Black bears don't run 35 miles an hour on the side of the road on 2 legs. Yeah. Black bears have short arms. Bigfoots have very long arms. Black bears don't have huge 4-foot shoulders. Bigfoots do. And that's the reason why. Bears have a pronounced snout. Bigfoots have a very flat human face. And the witnesses are perfectly clear on what they saw.
That's kind of cool. I mean, you and I learned that there's actually a Mothman parade and kind of a museum. It's kind of cool when people do stuff like this because they're doing it for the love, because they're not guaranteed to make you money.
No.
I mean, you know what I mean? These aren't like the museums you worked for, like big major museum that's sponsored by Boeing Field.
Boeing.
These are like private owned museums, and they're kind of cool.
Yeah. In fact, I would love to own my own museum one day. Just don't know what I want to put in it. I want to put things from like a Sagittarius in there. That'd be kind of cool. So, but yeah.
Connor, have you actually ever gone to that museum by any chance? We know you go hunting Bigfoot. Have you gone there? Is it actually a cool little museum? I'd like to know. What does he say? Bigfoot Museum, Smithsonian. Well, Bob actually worked at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.
I worked at the Smithsonian Institute. Yes, in the vertebrate department. Yes. I got to see all kinds of bones. I know a lot of things.
One where they are set. Set on the table. They offer big amount of money to do awful things themselves. Yeah. Okay, that's that movie. Yeah. Here we go. I've driven past, and the group wouldn't stop. Oh, that sucks. The funniest thing about traveling is going to the smaller places that most people don't.
I'm a museum nerd.
It kind of reminds me, Bob, like, remember both of you saw that movie Michael with John Travolta playing that angel?
Yes.
And part of the fun of the movie is when they're traveling to New York, he wanted to see the big rubber band, or he wanted to see the biggest
rubber band, the biggest frying pan. Yeah, I would love that. That's neat.
To me, that's what's fun. That's fun. Yeah. Seeing those little things that most people don't care. I would love to see stuff like that.
Totally would love that. I would love that.
And again, I think that's a great idea. I think Discovery Channel, you guys should sponsor Bob and I to travel across the United States to go check out all these small museums that nobody would check out.
I would go.
And then Discovery Channel, think about this.
Paycheck involved.
Yeah. And Discovery Channel, think about this. Once Bob and I are done with the United States, we can go to the UK.
Yes.
And then you can send us to Africa to do the same thing. New Zealand to do the same thing.
Yep.
We could go international, baby.
Bigfoot hunting. Look at this new beer I got.
Hobgoblin.
Oh, I love England.
What's this? David and Goliath. Bigfoot was in the Bible.
Yeah. Apparently they cut his penis off and his head.
Well, that's not nice.
Yeah.
Now, what's this one here? Here's another one. I'll share this video. It's only 2 minutes too. I had a few little videos. It's called Explainer. Do mythical creatures like Bigfoot ever turn out to be real?
Yes.
And like I said, I'm only playing these because why not? And I'm not saying they're going to say it's real or fake or not, but it's kind of fun to listen to all sides. So let's see what this one says.
I want to fight a dragon. It's on my bucket list.
Scientists in Switzerland's Lausanne Museum of Zoology plan to use DNA evidence to determine once and for all whether Bigfoot is real.
And this is the reason why I'm playing this, because this 2-minute one is talking about using DNA to see if it's real or not. And Bob and I will definitely talk about DNA right after this 2-minute video. This is the main reason why I was playing this, because they're talking about using DNA. Here we go.
Now, I want to stop for a second here. Now, hold on. Every time I see this Bigfoot, those breasticles are getting bigger. I'm saying, come on, people. Now, you gotta, one of you has to look at this thing, go, wait a minute, man. Now them breasticles are getting bigger every time I see this. I'm not playing. I always joke around. I'm being serious. Look at the size of those boobies. You can see them. They're bigger than they were, like never there. Get a little bit bigger. Every time I see a new footage of that Bigfoot, them fucking boobs are bigger. Those breasticles are huge.
Yeah. Lockbeard, 100% correct. Loss of space is threatening many animals and plants worldwide. Humans think everything belongs to them and don't care for the natural world enough. You're absolutely right. It's going to get to the point where movies like The Happening, where nature takes revenge, the nature will get its revenge on us. I mean,
yes,
more we take, more we're losing humanities. I mean, we all, not us, because we don't have the money to buy anything, but yeah, corporations, they don't give a shit what's out there. Kind of like Texas, right? Mexicans, we want to get you out of our country because we want this land for ourselves. Get out. I mean, that's the nature of humans, right? Let's just get rid of the Indians. We want it all. We want everything. Yeah. And it's like we got, if you think about it, we got enough land as it is right now. Fuck, go to Montana. Look how much land there is out there. But no, we want all the land in the popular cities. Seattle, we want Seattle area. We want more of the Olympic Mountains. We want more of those mountains out North Main. We want that land. Even though we got land that out Montana or Idaho and stuff, that parts that aren't really being used. But no, we want to take everything. But here we go. Let's hear about this DNA.
Motorboat coming.
When's the last time a mythical creature was proven real? 9 years ago. Hunters in Tanzania had spoken for years of a monkey they called the kapunji before biologists found the 3-foot-tall arboreal primate. The kapunji is the most recent so-called cryptid to turn up in the wild. Often creatures exist in lore as cryptids for years before a real-life version is discovered. In the 19th century, men sent to the island penal colony of Komodo complained of a man-eating land crocodile, but the first scientific reports of the Komodo dragon didn't come until 1912. It's also not always clear the stories and the real animals are the same. Sailor lore is full of tentacled sea giants like the kraken. The ancient Greek naturalist Pliny the Elder wrote of an enormous squid with arms knotted like clubs. That reference predates the first credible discovery of a giant squid carcass in Iceland in 1639 and the widespread acceptance of its existence in the 19th century. The same thing? We may never know. It would be pretty surprising if a large humanoid like Bigfoot dodged detection in North America. But believers can take some encouragement. The world's most famous former cryptid is a non-human primate. An English sailor held captive in West Africa around 1600 claimed to have seen a monster that looked like a giant man, but without the same level of cognition. He was probably describing the gorilla, although the animal would remain a myth to Western scientists until the mid-19th century. So while you shouldn't believe in all the creatures from bedtime stories, a few may still be out there, tromping through the woods.
I think Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem. It's not the photographer's fault. Bigfoot is blurry, and that's extra scary to me. It is a large, out-of-focus monster roaming the countryside. Run.
Now, let me ask you something for a second on that, Bob. Let me ask you something. I'm not saying I'm an expert at any of this about DNA and stuff. Okay, yeah. But if we never have captured a Bigfoot, even in the first place, maybe you can explain this easier for me. So if somebody diagnosed a DNA for something, I don't know, maybe one of those bugs that took blood out of you, some kind of DNA. But if you never actually have a source of the animal in the first place, how can you match a DNA saying, oh, look, this DNA proves there's Bigfoot. But if you never capture a Bigfoot, how can you say this DNA is this?
Well, number one,
does that make sense? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
We've mapped the genome. Okay, so we've mapped the human genome. We've mapped the Neanderthal genome. So we find markers of Neanderthal in humans now. We find the Denisovians DNA in modern day Homo sapiens sapiens. So there's been a whole lot of banging that went on back in the day. So there's a lot of crossbreeding, but we could find the DNA for it. They've recently found the DNA for what they call the hobbits out there in Indonesia, in some of the smaller islands. I happen to have been out there during that time in archaeology. It is unusual that we don't have the DNA from what we call the Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Now, there's an argument to be made, obviously, on the side of the hunters saying we have the DNA. Every time we submit it in, we don't get it back. But that's what we have. So kind of what you said, DNA is the key to the whole thing. If we can get the fucking DNA, you can find a bone, find a leg bone, find something that's not petrified, something we can have a tangible fucking some marker that they can map it. Understand now, they have the technology to do it. Don't have it yet. There's no saying that to defend the hunters like you're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
they claim we've submitted it in.
Yeah, because Lockbeard wrote it will be unknown DNA, but we will what it is related to.
Yeah, it's a primate. Okay, number one, it's a primate. So we have DNA.
Remember, Connor does have the thumb bone.
But it is petrified. That's why I asked him yesterday if it was petrified. Oh, no good, it's petrified. Now it's petrified. So you gotta have one that's not petrified.
We do need DNA from Hobbes, because Hobbes wrote, I am a hobbit.
Yes.
Not very tall. And curly hair. So we could take DNA from Hobbes to make sure that he is related to the hobbits from the Lord of the Rings movies.
Absolutely, we can do this DNA check. Yes. That's the problem. I mean, don't actually need the actual. We just need a piece of the Bigfoot, a piece, like blood drop, just a fucking. You could get. I just want to take blood, man. Just hold your arm out. I just want to take just blood, the DNA, a tooth, a fucking tooth. A tooth can tell you a lot. It's a lot of DNA inside that fucking flesh inside that tooth. Oh man, I mean, the problem is when I was in anthropology and archaeology, they can't find any DNA anywhere. People claim to have it. They've turned it in. They've claimed it, and then it somehow magically disappears. We didn't get it back to the government. We didn't get it back.
What if you want to play Frankenstein? This is what I mean. You find a piece of DNA that's kind of unidentified. Why not then take that DNA and grow it? See what it is.
If they have it, if they have it. Yeah, they do hair samples. They say, I've turned in hair samples. It's come back inconclusive.
Oh, hold on. Connor says they got blood from one who cut himself in a dumpster.
It's like, what is the result? What was the lab's result? Because
they put hair cells in.
That's the argument. Yeah. And that's why the argument comes from the other side saying the government must be covering it up because we're not getting the results back. And when we do get the results back, it's inconclusive because it's so easy. Here's the guy doing your blood samples, guys, in DNA. And this is the reality. I went to the university. You got some hungover fucking. He couldn't get laid that night. He passed out in his own fucking vomit. A graduate student that works at the fucking DNA lab for extra money to pay for college as part of his curriculum. He's the one doing your DNA samples. Always some fucking grad student. They're always pieces of shit, and you're never going to get your stuff back. Always going to have so it's contaminated. It's contaminated all the time. Contaminated. Inconclusive. That's all I ever hear when you do anything that comes in for anything Bigfoot. Inconclusive. Contaminated. Or
what do you say? I have hypothesis that Homo florensis will also be found to actually be Homo sapiens. So it would be suspicious florensis.
Subspecies. A subspecies, of florensis. Yes. Also, there's an argument that he is Neanderthal or Denisovian Neanderthal mix. Or the oldest one I've heard was he's Gigantopithecus. And Gigantopithecus was the strongest argument for what he is because Gigantopithecus was a large, upright, walking gorilla that lived in Asia several, a couple million years back. And when there was a land bridge, it just simply walked over when the forests were just being created tree by tree in the northwest, going down from the south. So, Gigantopithecus over an extended period of time, and depending on the new climate where they're at, they can mutate a little bit better for the environment. So they could be a Gigantopithecus 100%. That's one of the biggest arguments for anthropology.
I do like what Carla just wrote. Yeah. Whatever Bigfoot is, it's obviously harmless and just wants to be left alone. Can't say I blame them. You're right. I mean, animals are smarter than we think. Animals can sense danger. And I believe Bigfoots are smarter than we think they are. They sense danger. They know that humans are the more evil people on this planet, not them. Yeah. Well, of course they're going to go in hiding, especially if they're in deep forests. I mean, it's not easy to be found. And then, let me see here. What does he say? Carla, look up Dennis Martin, Henry McCabe, and Colin Farrell. Squatch killed him.
Here's another. I'm going to put out this theory.
Let me ask Joey a question real quick. Yeah. Joey Roca is in the chat somewhere. Joey, you live in Hawaii. Does Hawaii on an island? Is there stories of Bigfoot being in Hawaii? I'm curious.
Wild man in the forest. There's something out there. It's got to be always a story of something out there. One of the other craziest theories. Again, people, I'm only telling you a crazy theory, and it made me scratch my head and say, "Huh." Plausible, kind of. Bigfoot now is reptile, a reptilian. Now listen to this. Okay, what are you fucking talking about? It's covered in hair. Well, there are reptiles in antiquity that had hair. Now listen, hair and feathers are skin. It's similar. Okay, feather is a hair. I don't know. Without going into fucking biology, like hair. Like dinosaurs had hair. Dinosaurs had feathers. They had a proto feather, an unflyable feather, a feather that doesn't help it fly. It's the proto feather. It's like hair. Okay, so who's to argue with this other crazy person that says that they are actually reptilians? Hear me out. That thick, coarse hair, because every time the argument is they turn in the hair, either A, it's from a known animal, they got the name of the animal, or it's from an unknown species, the hair is incorrect. There's something different about the hair genetically. Could be a feather or a proto feather, or at the time there's a type of hair that turns into a feather. Anyway, could be reptile. I know. It's like think of the Sleestak with orange hair. Sleestak covered with hair. Why not? I'm just throwing that out there. Is it a reptile? Is it proof that there's a reptile walking around out there? We don't know it's a Homo sapien. We don't know if this reptile is in the same family as a Homo sapien. We don't know. I just want to put that little pinch of theory out there.
What does Odin think?
Odin? Well, Odin would think.
Land of the Lost. Good one.
Yeah. Odin would probably think that he's just a giant. Remember, he's part of the elementals. There are giants, remember? So Odin fought giants, sent them back where they belonged. So did Thor, who fought giants. They could just be simply ice giants. Don't they have them in the snow? It's simply a giant. And giants exist in mythology. And giants do exist technically in the Bible. Someone mentioned Goliath, the giant. Odin fought giants, held them back. So there you go. That's what Odin would think. He's another giant. It's an elemental, or not elemental, but it's not elemental, but then he's a giant. Yeah, he's a giant.
Chaka and Ski Stacks, Land of the Lost was telling us.
Right?
Hey, I love the series Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
The movie, I didn't really. I didn't really like the movie with Will Ferrell. I thought they made it too slapstick. I think Len Lost is a great show to really make into a movie or streaming service, but not as a comedy slash. I mean,
I love that. I love that version. They should have changed the name. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the idea of going to that world is very interesting.
It's kind of like how those mud flood buildings appeared out of nowhere and all these strange buildings. It's the same thing as
like ancient buildings with the magic power, like a wormhole opens up.
Multiple timelines are crossed in this one spot. And things appear. So a lot of you guys try to think about, play with it, massage it in your brain that maybe Sasquatch is in fact a reptilian. Just play with that and see what happens. See what you think.
So Bigfoot could be Nephilim coming out from underground.
Yeah, underground cities. Could be from underground cities.
Well, you know what?
We don't know what's down there.
You know what? Bigfoot is the hardest creature to ever find, right?
Yeah.
He has to go somewhere. Who says he's not going underground? There's an underground tunnel or a wormhole type of deal.
Yeah, I have a tendency to think that
our good friend, our awesome friend, Medell Affected, just wrote something in the chat. Let's read what he says. Reference Bigfoot. I'm curious in your thoughts to it having connections to the living alligator gar and the Hellboy dinosaur, meaning related to hearts, feet treed, hips and teeth incorporation, bone density.
He might be thinking. He might be on what I'm thinking about. He might be reptilian. I have a little bit of a thought on that because people can't identify the hair correctly. He knows how evolution works, but certain skin and hair and feathers and proto feathers, and how the hair is described as thick and coarse. It almost sounds like proto feathers before they come out. But
and let me share a picture of alligator gar.
Alligator gar.
And when people hear that word, what's alligator gar?
It's like that. Fucking A. What the fuck is that? Oh, wow. I wonder if it has lungs. I wonder if he has lungs.
Well, let's see what it says here. Alligator gar is a ray fine Itihullant fish related to the bullfin in the Hercules holisty. It is the biggest species in the gar family and among the largest freshwater fish in North America. The fossil records traces its group existence back to the early Chilterius over 100 million years ago.
And it looks to have fins help it move along the shore. Maybe it's in obviously shallow water. Look at the size of that. Big. I've never seen anything like it. That's why he brought it up. He wanted to see what my reaction was. He knows I've never fucking seen anything like that before.
But how come I've never heard about this picture here before? I've never seen anybody ever talk about this.
I've never seen anything like it. But we got big ass lizard brains now. Why not have these things come up and out of the water?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I knew this in the first place to even look for it. So
it's got to be a shallow fish. It's got to be shallow ponds. Can't be deep.
Look how big it is. I like that picture. Showing like how big it is.
Not if it has the fins that are flat. That means it likes to lay down in the mud, kind of like catfish, and kind of crawls around the bottom feeder. That's definitely I bet it tastes fantastic. That's a baby one.
Yeah.
It's a little version. Wow. Yeah, that's a bottom feeder, man. Holy shit.
So how do you go fishing? How do you go fishing for an alligator gar?
I've never seen one before. I won't even know what the fish. I don't know what kind of bait these.
Lockbeard wrote, they are just one of our fish in the Mississippi River system. So Lockbeard, if you go now, Lockbeard, is this protected species or are you allowed to capture one and cook it? I'm curious. Are you allowed? Because there are some fish that if you catch it, you have to throw it back. What about this?
I wish I could get you on the show right now. You could black your face out and not show it, and you tell us about this fucking fish. Oh my God. Wow. And the teeth are spread, so that means they pull the teeth are spread, so that means it holds down whatever it has to eat. It holds it down to the bottom of the water like the alligator does. It clamps on and holds whatever prey down at the bottom. It's a bottom feeder.
Oh, okay. They caught one with the
regular. Woo.
Well, they must be using a heavy duty. If this is a huge one, because if it's really heavy, that would break the fishing string. So this must be a small one. Now here's a bigger one.
Dude, does it taste good? I bet you it tastes like catfish. Gotta taste like catfish, man. That's interesting as hell.
That is.
Yeah. Again, thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Yeah, thank you.
And nice job with putting your shows back on for a short time.
I know, right? All right. Mandela effect is kind of funny. Some guy comes in our show yesterday, says,
he just put one on.
He goes, hey, what happened to Mandela Affected? I saw there was supposed to be a live video, then I went there and it's not there no more. I go
30 minutes. I tell people send me, don't send me emails about his videos. I'll tell you what, he puts them out, you got 30 minutes. You better pay attention.
Yeah, you better hurry up because it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes and it's gone. You get quick information and he's fucking off. Look at that bill on that, man. Oh, God, on that fish. Alligator fish. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it pulls its prey down at the bottom. I wonder if, wow. I'm just trying to see if it had scales or anything similar to a scale. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe it was proto alligator. Before the alligator evolved, maybe it evolves into an alligator. We're getting subspecies. We're getting the early species.
Oh, here we go. I've caught many and eaten them. Okay. Not great taste.
Oh.
They are a non-game fish. They eat live fish. Hooks are hard to get the bone mouth. You can replace your lurk skirt with nylon loops to tangle it.
Not great taste. Okay.
Here we go. There's much more to that fish. Look up Hellboy dinosaur.
Hellboy dinosaur.
Okay, let me.
So it's not a good taste. Is it like catfish though? Be a white meat. You can blacken seasoning it up a little bit, like catfish, maybe. Okay. I know alligator's wonderful, man. It tastes like a fucking slimy ass chicken, swamp chicken. That's what I call it. I love alligator, swamp chicken. I guess there's no eating that fish. It eats live fish. That's what the big ones are for.
Hellboy dinosaur. Hellboy researchers have found a new species of home dinosaurs, and they're calling him Hellboy. Its formal name is reference to the crown-like frill and the man who stumbled upon them 10 years ago. The skull of a new home dinosaur. God, I hate dinosaur names. They make it too fucking difficult to pronounce. Bastards.
Oh, look at that. There's your single horn. Is it a single horn?
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Well, there's your unicorn. I think he wanted a unicorn. I think Mandela Affected had been wanting his unicorn. I think he got it. There's your unicorn. No, it's got 3 horns.
Well, that's just a picture. They think what it is.
Yeah.
But okay. Now this skull does have 3 horns.
Yeah, that's 3 horns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. That's fucking amazing. Oh no, there's no such thing as dinosaurs. There's no thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up after the show. I want to see this. It's probably out of South America, right? Would be out of a lot of them from South America, not the States.
What does it say? You need to see it being excavated.
Yeah, I'm going to see it being excavated. You can see what's plastered into pieces, so it's petrified. I wonder where he came from. He was part of the
very tough scales, armored. Bring to laugh out loud. Once you cut through that, you get 2 long tenderness out of them. Oh, you talk about the fish one thing. I say catfish tastes a little better. Dragons still exist. Well, yeah. Well, actually, we've never said dragons don't exist.
There's your dragon. Wow, look at that guy. That's some serious protection. 3 monster fucking horns, man. Plus,
that's awesome. God, that's what I love about this show. We get some people that tribute a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, it was to keep the velociraptors and stuff from chewing up on its neck area. It's got that big broad horn. It's got to be a vegetarian, though. It's definitely a vegetarian.
What happened? Oop. There we go. Oh, look at that red thing.
Hellboy.
Oh, we knew Hellboy was real.
He was involved. That's his private one. Wait a minute, man. Wasn't it like He-Man rode one of those or something like that? Not He-Man. It was one of them cartoon characters. I'm telling you guys right fucking now that there are species popping up that were in cartoons.
Hellboy's writing it.
Yeah. I could have swore this thing's been written before in cartoons. It looks just like it. A piece of me still thinks that this reality it's a reality generator machine, and things in cartoon mythology and in fantasy are now coming true. They're finding them
Hellboy's
finding them in the ground. The things that were only ever in cartoons or fantasy-based things are now true. I'm still waiting for the unicorn to pop up, man. It's a matter of time now. Matter of time for the unicorn.
Yeah, that's that guy. Hellboy's marriage. Yeah, Hellboy probably married it.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Yeah. It's strange, but animals that have the most obvious protection are usually the most placid. Look at the rhinos.
The thing is, they don't have any skin texture.
In this comic book we're living in, yep.
Yeah, dude, you're a comic book guy, and I'm sure you would have saw this in a comic book sometime within the 70s, 60s to present, and now it's in the ground and being dug up. It's like this place is a fantasy generator machine. It's a reality generator machine. Anything that you've thought of in a book or a comic or a sketch will come true. It'll turn up.
Well, you think you saw He-Man on it. Well, I saw the new He-Man trailer cartoon for Netflix.
Is he writing one of those, or somebody writing one besides him?
But maybe the new He-Man cartoon, he'll be writing one of those.
Maybe this is a depiction of him writing it in a comic book before they found it. Yeah, it's a cycle of life. Yeah, it's a reality.
I really doubt dinosaurs are the source of unicorn legend. Maybe
as of now, that is the truth. That is probably the truth. But
beyond that, guys, wow. We hit our 2-hour mark, and that's usually the mark that I like. I just want to say today's show was unexpectedly. They're all awesome, but the conversations that came out of today was fantastic. And I want to thank Mandela Effective for attributing to the show with those pictures. I want to thank Carlo for telling us about that movie. Because now I want to check out that movie, The Wibbling. Liv Tyler's in it. I didn't know she was in a Bigfoot movie. I'll check it out. Yeah. And what's it say? Super Reagan rides on in Atlanta, the Confusion music video. Oh, yeah, the Genesis. Land of the Confusion. That was Phil Collins.
Oh, yes.
Hold on. Reagan rides. Yeah. Hold on. We will be ending the show, but let me type that in. Let me type that in.
Yes, he did.
Ronald.
Yes.
Ronald.
Super. Yeah, Atlantic Confusion.
Ronald Reagan.
Atlantic Confusion. Yeah.
Lives. An animal.
In the land of confusion.
In the music video land of confusion.
Phil Collins.
I think Phil Collins, but I think he did that song when he was with Genesis.
Okay, maybe Genesis. Okay. Mandela objected. We might have found the source of your dinosaur. We're gonna find out right now.
There's a lot of confusion. Ronald Reagan. There's a monkey between them.
Okay, where is he riding the? No, he's not riding that. He's riding.
Maybe I probably gotta watch the music video. Oh, look at the two Muppets getting ready to make out. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the Reagans. Come on. You'd have to find the video and then fast forward it without playing it. Like you'd have to move the thing forward. Someone has to find it. Somebody in the sidebar find it. Help us out. Find him writing that fucking thing and
okay.
Give us the timestamp.
I'll look on YouTube to find that music video. You say something.
Okay. So we might have found the source of this dinosaur in this reality generation.
And it is the band Genesis.
Genesis. Land of Confusion. Video.
God damn it. The song's like 5 minutes and 28 seconds too.
You'd have to like go through it and then look for him, Ronald Reagan writing it. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what the Superman outfit looks like too. So we might get two kind of interesting things to see. So that's just an intro. You know, they're finding different species. When I worked at the Smithsonian Institute, and I worked in the vertebrate department, I got to see everything. I got to see there's a fish room. Guys, you have no idea. It's like a big monster warehouse of fish in bottles. And I had to put alcohol. It's a water alcohol ratio. And you have a little bobber. MA knows what I'm talking about. You put it in there and it tells you how much alcohol's it's still in the bottle. You got to cut it with water to alcohol, and it keeps all the vertebrae, the fish preserved. So I saw lots and lots of fish, and I have not seen that other fish you talked about, but maybe I just didn't see it. Maybe I didn't walk up on it. I don't know. I saw a coelacanth. I used to eat lunch on it every day in a fucking big old huge ice chest. But lots of dinosaurs and early species being found constantly now in the dirt that I've just never seen before. It's just brand new. So that's interesting.
Well,
okay.
Now he's doing a Superman. He is standing next to this. I'm not going to play the song because it'll be copyrighted song, but let me see if I do play back to 2 just to go faster, just to see.
Put it again.
Here, let's go back.
Single horn.
Yeah.
Well, that's correct then. You know, it's how people would remember it from Sagittarius, the single horn. It was a single horn.
Or maybe occasionally a horse grows a horn. Sometimes humans grow a horn. Just defect. Legend grows out of control. I'm sure people want things to be some magical. Yeah, I mean that's a good. Yeah, that's
right. You know. Yeah, right. We'll see. We'll see if this pops up.
Well, beyond that, guys, I'm gonna be ending this show. I want to say I had a great time today. That was awesome, and I hope to see you guys back on Monday. All right. You guys all have a good day, good time, and
go England.
Go England. Be safe
go
out
England.
there. See ya.
Scotland goes.